from the heart of Ball State University. Live from the Unified Media Newsroom, NewsLink Indiana.
Good evening, everyone. Thanks for being with us. I'm Imani Butts.
And I'm Peyton Green. We begin tonight with the unseasonably warm temperatures. As the calendar says October, it's really not feeling like it.
NewsLink Indiana's Tyler Brummett is live tonight in the Village. Tyler, what is it feeling out there?
Well, Peyton and Imani, let me tell you, like you guys said, it really feels nothing like fall. In fact, it's kind of a bit uncomfortable out here, in my personal opinion, but like we said, fall is underway, feeling nothing like it. And if I step out of the way here, you can see the Village actually not as busy as maybe you would anticipate. We're just outside Roots Burgers Bar, and we've seen a few families throughout the night, just sitting out on the patio. Now, when it comes to what we've seen so far this autumn, here are a few things that you might want to know. Today, our high temperature did reach into the 70s, and forecasters are saying that we should typically be reaching into the mid-60s this time of year. We've seen over 80% of our days so far above average when it comes to those temperatures. The current average temperature ranks this fall as the warmest on record to date. Now, experts, they are saying that even though the calendar does say fall, that can be a bit deceiving and cause some people to just not take care of themselves in this heat. So a big thing to remember is to continue to drink water, because even though temps are only in the 70s, dehydration, it can still happen and really just take you by surprise. Of course, as you might expect, these warm fall temperatures won't stick around. A cool down, yes, you heard that right, a cool down is coming in just a moment. Our weather team will have more on just how low we will go. And of course, as this fall weather continues, we're going to continue to keep you updated. But I guess you can say that now is the time to take advantage of these warmer temperatures. Like I said, we'll continue to keep you updated, but that's the latest out here live in the Village. Tyler Brummett, NewsLink, Indiana.
Thanks, Tyler. Now, with all those cool weather and everything like that, I would actually want to know exactly when the cool weather is coming so I can wear my sweaters. Joseph, what can you tell us?
Yeah, guys, it's been pretty warm for the past couple of days, and warm temperatures is expected to continue. But first, take a look at this. This was today's high, and this was the average. This is the average high for today. Now, granted, that's nothing compared to the 87 degrees that we used. That was a record, but still, it has been pretty warm for the past couple of days, and the reason is for the same reason that we're seeing nothing, not a cloud, nothing on radar. Basically, it's because we have stable conditions across much of Indiana. However, those stable conditions are expected to, they might not stick around for very long because of this system that's actually moving through. We have some rain showers that are moving through New Missouri right now, along with this cold front that might actually bring some cold conditions and a low that's actually going to expected to move over the next couple of days. I will actually time out to see how that cold front and how those rain showers will begin moving towards Indiana right after the first tease.
A massive fire in northwest Indiana, and we're still searching for the cause. Take a look. The fire broke out near the International Cushioning Company plant in Kentland late last night. It took firefighters from 5 counties to battle the blaze. 50 employees were inside the plant when the fire began. That's according to the Kentland fire chief. Everyone made it out okay, but the building appears to be at a total loss.
The 2 locations of Jack's Donuts in Muncie are now closed. The business posted on their Facebook page, Jack's Donuts of Muncie would like to thank the community of Muncie for the time we were open. The decision to close both locations did not come easy. We also want to thank all of our loyal customers for their support. We also hope to be back in the community in the future. We also encourage you to visit any of our other Central Indiana locations. The nearest Jack's Donuts is now in Anderson. Muncie families gathered today in Minnetrista for their Family Adventure Day. Their free fall festival hosted many activities and exhibits for the community to enjoy. Marketing manager Katie Maggart says the festival happens during school breaks, so the kids and families will have something to do during break. Some activities included Imagination Playground, pumpkin painting, apple sorting, and cider tasting. Aubrey Hayes says she was there to have fun, and her favorite part was the pumpkin painting.
I got to paint a pumpkin. I got to watch a play, and I got to play.
The Fall Festival is in its final hour at Minnetrista. Enjoy these festivities until 7 while you can.
Muncie is very familiar with theatrical productions thanks to the efforts of Ball State and Emmons Auditorium.
But this weekend, the community will welcome a well-known show into an unexpected venue. NewsLink Indiana's Logan Rivera has the story.
Phantom Reimagined is the accumulated work of 16 Ball State students led by the creative vision of Ball State senior Annika Lowe.
Every theater major is required to do a capstone their senior year, and I knew I wanted to do something big. And so I talked to Cameron, my best friend, and immediately he was like, absolutely not, that's not possible. And I said, but is it though? And so we started work on it. The first thing I did after approving it with Cameron was talk to the directing faculty member, Matt Reeder, and I said, look, is this even a thing that can happen here in Muncie, Indiana? And he said, oh yeah, sure. Magix, you should check them out. They do theater projects all the time.
Based on Broadway's Phantom of the Opera, Phantom Reimagined is driven by arrangements and technical design crafted by sophomore Cameron Clevenger.
For me, it was a matter of looking at the script and seeing what could be done, what could be updated and changed, and that's been an ongoing process, finding new things to make it fresh. Set work, the design has been a process since last December, but the actual construction of the physical set began, I believe, last week. So.
Mindy Wesley, the show's La Carlotta, explains that this show is unlike any other production she has been in before.
You know, I really wasn't sure what to expect when I joined this show, but I have been pleasantly surprised. Being that it was student run, I was a little, worried about schedules and things like that, but I'm really, really impressed with the level of professionalism that's gone on. I've been in more professional shows where, nobody talks to anybody. They don't really care to get to know each other, but it's been really fun to get to know all of these people here.
In Muncie, Logan Rivera, NewsLink, Indiana.
Phantom Reimagined will premiere its free performances at Magix this Friday and Saturday at 8 in the evening and at Sunday afternoon at 2.
For the first time, a front-running presidential candidate is speaking about the impeachment inquiry into President Donald Trump. Who wants Trump to go next?
And new allegations against Matt Lauer. What's happening 2 years after the initial accusation?
Riding the bus is an easy thing to do. Last year, we carried 60,000 riders from the Ball State area. 50,000 of those were students. Anywhere you want to go, MITS will take you there.
So, I just moved in with his family, and it's embarrassing. The little one, he likes to go outside and crawl around in the giant litter box. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, I was born, and I knew how to use the litter box. Look at that! That's disgusting! Oh, poop already! You're making me nervous. Oh, okay, I can't look at this anymore. I really hope he grows out of this, for his sake.
The White House is saying that it will not cooperate in the impeachment investigation. Republicans are arguing the probe is unconstitutional because there has been no vote in the House to compete. House Speaker Nancy Pelosi and her caucus say it is more evidence of obstruction, and they say it supports the impeachment claims and makes it even more crucial to continue the inquiry. Now, Democratic presidential candidate and former Vice President Joe Biden is calling for impeachment of Donald Trump.
Donald Trump has violated his oath of office, betrayed this nation, and committed impeachable acts. To preserve our Constitution, our democracy, our basic integrity, he should be impeached.
Stay with NewsLink Indiana as we continue to update you on the impeachment inquiry.
New allegations tonight against former Today Show co-host Matt Lauer. We would want to warn you some of the details may be hard to hear. These new accusations are a part of a new book by Ron Farrow, obtained by Variety magazine. Former NBC employee Book Nevels, and now accusing lawyer of rape. Nearly 2 years after filming the original complaint, she said the rape occurred while their two were in Sochi covering the 2014 Winter Games. After a night of drinking at a hotel bar, she reported the incident to executives in late 2017. Lawyer was fired the next day. The former Today host responding today in an open letter calling accusations false. He says he regrets staying silent over the past 2 years and even offered his own version of the story. Criminal charges have not been filed.
New tonight, 24 people are dead due to the lung disease associated with vaping. This comes after the California Department of Health announced the state's third related death. The CDC also announced that it is aware of more than 1,000 confirmed probable cases of lung diseases due to e-cigarette use. These cases are among 48 states and the U.S. Virgin Islands as earlier of this month. In the light of these deaths, many states are creating regulations on e-cigarettes, and Walgreens says it will no longer sell them. The store says it is too difficult to sell the product with all the restrictions. This comes after Walmart made a similar announcement this month. Walgreens also says it will sell traditional cigarettes.
Now this next story is nuts. Literally, take a look at this. A Pennsylvania couple says squirrels stuffed more than 200 walnuts and tons of grass under the hood of their car. It makes the engine look a little more like a nest, which might have been what the squirrels wanted. It looks like they've been stocking up all winter. The woman was driving the car and smelled something funny burning. She thought it was gas, but then she popped the hood and saw this. The car was not damaged, but it did take quite a while to clean up. Well, speaking of nuts, Joseph, cashew us up on the weather.
Yeah, guys, it's pretty much been warm for the past couple of days, as I said, but we might see a temporary cool down heading into the evening hours. We'll have temperatures dipping down into the upper 50s to mid 50s later on this evening and during the overnight hours. The question then becomes, will these lows become our highs over the next few days? I'll have more after the break.
For those who serve today and those who served before them, for those whose sacrifice will never end, the Gary Sinise Foundation shows its gratitude through entertainment, outreach, and life-changing support. We can never give enough, but we can always give a little more. Find out how you can donate at GarySiniseFoundation.org.
Sometimes there's no do-over. Some things you can't rewind. That's when an extra safety step could mean the difference between a close call and a call to 911. Simple steps save lives. Learn more at poolsafely.gov.
Action! things you've done with your bike, donating it to Goodwill may be the most incredible of all. Your donations help fund job placement and training for people in your community, which means your stuff can be more powerful than you think. Goodwill. Donate stuff, create jobs.
Welcome back. Picking the perfect pumpkin could last longer this year. NewsLink Indiana Colton Howard takes us inside the Maryland Glick Center for Glass of Ball State's campus for a look at their unique twist on a pumpkin patch.
Pumpkins are typical during this time of year, but the cleanup can be messy. That's why the students at Ball State University's Maryland Glick Center for Glass are using their skills for a more lasting gift this fall.
We are making glass pumpkins as part of the Glass Alliance here at Ball State.
But this process takes time and a lot of steps. Molly Carpenter, a senior in the program, takes us through the process.
It starts out as molten glass. We have a furnace in there that is at 2,100 degrees. We use a pipe that we gather the glass onto. We blow a bubble into it through the other end of the pipe, heat it up in our reheating chamber, and then from there we put the glass into what we call an optic mold so that the pumpkin can have like those, pumpkin ridges. And from there we blow it out into the round shape and then flatten the bottom. From there we will put it in the annealer and it's a finished pumpkin.
Allie Ditter assists in the pumpkin making process. Her favorite part is the finished product.
So that moment you open the kiln and there are like 100 pumpkins in there and they're all different colors, it's like a really nice, rewarding moment.
Whether you're looking for a trick or a treat this fall, the students here at the Maryland Glick Center for Glass have you covered. The trick is perfecting these beautiful pumpkins, but the treat comes this Saturday when they're available to buy for the public.
The pumpkins will be available this Saturday at the Minnetrista beginning at 8 a.m. Reporting in Muncie, Colton Howard, NewsLink, Indiana.
So there's no more in the patch to pick. All proceeds made from the sale go back into the Maryland Glick School of Glass for the future projects like this.
So when will it be perfect weather to pick these pumpkins, Joseph?
I can understand why you're asking that question, just like that glass blowing episode. It is pretty hot outside. It's definitely warm outside, and it's pretty much warm across much of Indiana, across the state, Hoosier State. We got temperatures in the mid-70s across the Hoosier State, including 73 in Kokomo and 73 in Lafayette. So it is pretty warm across the state, and it's just gorgeous outside. But it's not just gorgeous in terms of temperatures. It's also gorgeous in terms of weather. Not a single cloud in sight, nothing of the sort. It is gorgeous to be out there, both in terms of temperature and in terms of no clouds in the sky. Looking at tonight's forecast, we expect temperatures to be around 53 degrees with mostly clear skies. So if you're heading out tonight, make sure to bundle up because it's going to be a bit cool as you're heading out for this evening. But ultimately, it's going to be a great night out. Looking at tomorrow, we expect a high of 78 with southeasterly winds of 5 to 10 miles per hour and partly cloudy skies. So it's going to be just as warm as it is today, if not slightly warmer, although we might see some more cloudy conditions. I'm going to time out how those temperatures change tomorrow. Looking at tomorrow around 9 a.m. as you're taking your kids to school, we're going to see temperatures in the upper 50s across much of the state. So make sure your kids are bundled up as they are heading out to the school. Looking at the afternoon, however, your kids might not they can ditch the jackets because we're going to see temperatures around the mid-70s by 5 p.m. Thursday evening. And heading into Thursday overnight, we expect temperatures to be in the mid-60s for Friday morning. And meanwhile, we expect a cold front represented by all these clouds and all these showers are going to be moving in by around 9 a.m. with some showers moving in before some more showers begin moving in around 5 p.m., giving us our rain chances. I'm going to step off for a moment. Looking at this, 60% chance for rain on Friday and even 20% chance for rain on Saturday. But after that, expect nice sunny conditions. In summary, we have nice conditions for Thursday and Friday, except for those rain showers. Continuing into Saturday, after that, we expect pretty cool conditions as that cold front moves through, bringing us nice weather next week. All right, so.
Thank you, Joseph. And Ball State football gets its second win of the season.
How the team competed against Northern Illinois is coming up next.
So if one cat has 4 kittens who reproduce every 6 months, how many cats will there be in 5 years? Who's got it? Is this... What is that? Seriously. Who threw that?
Cats are terrible at math, but they sure do multiply. Please spay, neuter, and adopt.
The solution is 10.
I'm a teacher. Let me tell you what I make. I make learning a privilege, not a chore, and frustration a tool, not an obstacle. I make working hard seem easy and giving up impossible. I make an old subject feel like a fresh thought and unconventional methods common. I'm a teacher. I make more.
Welcome back to NewsLink Indiana. I'm Darius Black with sports. Ball State football is fresh off win number 2 on the season. Despite just having 34 passing yards, Ball State still took home their second win of the season. They defeated MAC rival Northern Illinois with a standout running game. Caleb Putley ran the ball for 35 times for 157 yards and scored 2 touchdowns. His effort helped the Cardinals come from a 14-point deficit to shock the Huskies. Ball State outscored NIU 24-3 in the second half. This was Ball State's first win against NIU since 2008. Looking ahead, Ball State will finish putting together a 3-game road trip. They'll travel this Saturday afternoon to take on Eastern Michigan at 2 o'clock. The Cardinals will then return home on October 19th for homecoming against Toledo. Ball State women's soccer is looking to extend their 3-game winning streak. Their next game will be played at home against Northern Illinois. NIU dropped their last 5 games. They have only won 2 games this season, which were against Western Illinois and Marquette. The game is set to start 4 p.m. on Thursday, and then on Sunday, the Cardinals will travel to Western Michigan to battle the Broncos. In the most recent games, they fell victim to Eastern Michigan. That match against the Broncos will start on Sunday at 1 o'clock. Speaking of soccer, midfielder Julia Elbow has been making a name for herself. Elbow has been named the Mid-American Conference Offensive Player of the Week. Elbow has had the Cardinals achieve the 2-0 record this season over the past weekend. She scored a game-winning goal in double overtime with less than 2 minutes left in the game against Buffalo. That game ended in a 3-2 victory. Just 2 days before that, Elbow assisted Tatiana Mason on a game-winning goal to beat Akron. The game ended in just a 1-0 victory. In this week's high school football game of the week, we have a matchup featuring Yorktown and Pendleton Heights. The Yorktown Tigers are coming off a win, and they are currently on a 3-game winning streak. They're also leading the conference in passing yards with 1,412. Yorktown is also in the top 2 for interceptions with 6. With Pendleton Heights also coming into the game with a win, they're looking to continue strong play from last week's. Both teams are coming into the game for top 5 in total yards in the Hoosier Heritage Conference. This matchup is shaping to be a great one. The teams are coming into the season tied for a total of 29 touchdowns this season. Kickoff is set for 7:30 at Friday. The Ball State golf team had a bit of a challenge on the course in their last match at the Preview Silver Lake. On October 7th and 8th, the course might have been the toughest they have seen so far. Hadley Moritz placed 5th in the final round after carding a 77. Her efforts in the last round placed the team 3rd overall. Liz Kim placed in the top of Ball State's leaderboard after finishing 9th place. Liz Kim has now placed in the top 20 of each of her last 3 events. And I don't know about you guys, but homecoming has me very excited.
I am so excited for homecoming.
Especially being a freshman and not being in college and not knowing what homecoming is like here. I'm 100% excited.
Me too.
But thank you, Darius.
You're welcome.
Now, a new store is coming back after a 2-year hiatus.
Which store? Next in trending.
Riding the bus is an easy thing to do. Last year, we carried 60,000 riders from the Ball State area. 50,000 of those were students. Anywhere you want to go, Mitts will take you there.
Hey, did you know 2.4 million loving cats and dogs in shelters and rescues need our help to find a home? Let's go to theshelterpetproject.org and meet if you are in a shelter near you. Harlow, oh, she's one great listener who loves to hear all your stories. My kind of cat. Cerulo is a sweet, goofy boy who's eager to please. Sounds just like another dog I know. So go to theshelterpetproject.org, search your local shelters and rescues, and go for a cuddle with your next best friend. Adopt.
Here's your sandwich, miss.
Oh, thank you.
And your burger.
Awesome, thank you.
And your bowl of boiling water, sir.
Welcome back. Time to take a look at what's trending.
Join us now, NewsLink Indiana, Logan Salzburner. What do you have for us?
Our first story comes from Target, where a store is coming back into business after 2 years of being closed. Target has announced it will be bringing Toys R Us back for customers. Toys R Us is a store that sells children's toys and products. Although Toys R Us filed bankruptcy in 2017, it will now be available online. Customers will be able to place their orders online and finish and complete their orders on Target's online site. The new online site is now available just in time for the holidays. Our next story is centered around one of the largest cookie industries in the world. With fall season starting, many expected Nabisco to only release the annual Pumpkin Spice Oreo. However, Nabisco has also released an even more exclusive cookie to select stores, the Most Stuffed Oreos. The Oreos contain 3 times as much cream as the original Oreos and were available for a very short time last fall. They sold out very quickly, and many hoped they'd be available again. The Oreo sensation has been sweeping YouTube and the web as many influencers are doing reviews and taste tests on the new Oreo. Many have not been able to contain their excitement as seen in this video.
This is a regular Oreo.
Now,
And this is one of the...
they will be available in all stores soon.
Those Oreos look so good.
Yes,
I
I'm
cannot
so
wait
excited.
to get some.
Dude, this is the cream. This is the cream of the crop right here. Guys.
I was one of
I'm
those.
excited.
I was one of those kids that used to take them apart and only eat the icing,
Oh,
and then
yeah.
throw the rest of the
For
cookie
sure,
in.
yeah.
Like
I'm
that's
so excited for them.
That's gonna make
Dude,
my
I'm the
job
guy
way
that just,
easier.
I'm the guy that
getting
just dunks
icing.
the cookies in like a bowl of milk, and it's like, oh,
Yeah,
I love
yeah.
it.
I don't like milk.
Oh.
I don't like milk. But anyway, back to you, Joseph. What do you have for us for weather?
I'm going to say this right now. After Friday, this weather is going to be almost as good as those cookies right there, because we're going to see temperatures that are dropping from like 78 for Friday to like the mid 50s for Saturday. After that, when a cold front moves through, those rain showers are gone. It's going to be pretty much nice weather and highs in the mid 60s for next week. So it's going to be pretty great outside. I'm just going to say this right now. This cold front moves in, it's going to be the greatest temperature drop we've seen in a bit of a while. So it's going to be great in the weather after like Saturday. So I'm pretty stoked to see these fall-like temperatures coming in through.
All right, well, that's all tonight for NewsLink Indiana. Be sure to join us again at Friday at noon, streaming live on the NewsLink Indiana Facebook page.
And don't forget to like us on Facebook and follow us on Twitter. Have a great night.